Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call. You're Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. As mentioned, we are on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. It's sold out Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Houston Texans. Brandon Gott and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner of the ball game. Who sets the offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. This is taken as 4. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson. Watson on first down. Yeah, this will complete to Will Fuller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker T.J. Watt there on the coverage. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The 50-50 ball here is intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they'll start out with good position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive. First interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. interception. Here's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. The completion good for 3 and it's second down.
The partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now Roethlisberger is throw incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it'll be third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. But it's Brian Washington. And he's called out, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Steelers first down on the pickup of 11 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out, but we're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would like to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. First carry for James Conner. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, they have that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short game.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away that falls incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
So it looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-set lead. They were probably hoping to get it a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it down from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things up. I think he was looking for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's going to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. First carry for Carlos Hyde. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The throw out line to QT complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't implement contract time.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset, he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but it does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Anger is on the punt, and he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. One strong. And the Steelers are going on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out on the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on a 1st down completion. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the forward Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans 21. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on it and score a touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him, they blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep it with Miller on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. And when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Miller with first down, more. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, Brian. Running game up and out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He's going to look deep in zone for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
But one thing's for sure, you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he can get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. That play got bottled up.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy can hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Tiny Fairbairn comes on. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because a strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson of this Texans offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. Highlights and analysis. But nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, he'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here, just try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Brian Hager now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it right on the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. Now the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that would take that down in a big way.
And so he's looked pretty good to this point. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but only 2nd down.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what they're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, down in for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. On 3rd down, it's Connor. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter, Jordan Berry, to kick it away. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you put field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Give the first man through Gillespie, the fullback. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. First down, a run high, and he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Big bet of the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a pass is taken in by Smith-Schuster, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short the marker by just a yard, leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring out the 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. First time that looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Roethlisberger now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's tough right there. He ran right to the team to the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready? On second and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's third down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. And when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Roethlisberger now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They go draw play. This is Samuels. Only a yard of the pickup there, so he's needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first attempt at this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down about the 23-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now the first down from Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A first down carry down for Miller. A fresh 7 downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Watson. And it's incomplete.
The struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw this inconsistent during football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, open man, the tight end fails.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily, put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looks to throw, finds right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage, too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Remember the time look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, plus the incompletion.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. They start the drive with Connor, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger will throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Johnson is the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. It's hard to replicate the intensity of the game.
And they get to with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. DJ Reader able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, get right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
We always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at a quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one that he can lean on. He's got to lean on that guy right now.
On 1st down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. That looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. Running back of his size can really wear down a defense. He's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And you know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Complete. It's Johnson. And then brought down right at the edge of the goal line about the Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Another nice pick up through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. On second down, Samuels. And he's here. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
And now Big Bear lead the Steelers up to go for 2. There's Roethlisberger to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a good turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you can't get off, you got a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Deshaun Watson, the Texans offense, trot back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had a victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try to end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory, like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for isolation shield. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson is going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why I'm going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try to prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Watson now to throw. Well, he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st and 10, Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on. They just play better and better.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. Under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. Now the Texans have burned the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hogs and picking passes off.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Watson. And he finds still, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st down, Watson underneath for Miller. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and lead the game out that way.
From the 50, it's Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
And this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to run front. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And it will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They had to go through with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaunt. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.
Right. Steelers are winners, 19-0 over the Texans. That end the show. This will be my last show for the night. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. And have a good night.